Big V, welcome back to our podcast here, Youth VYC Women. We're going to discuss some MVP candidates as the finals loom with the awards night returns in 2023. Now, Mark and I were discussing just briefly off podcast of how interesting it is with the amount of games that some of these players have played and how it's going to affect awards and even just like coaches' votes during the week.
Yeah, for sure. You look through some of the top scorers in this division, and there's most games you got 7, 5, 9, 7, 1, 5, which sort of highlights that players are dropping down, but they're more so committed to their senior team.
Absolutely. Now, someone who below all those numbers, still averaging 16 points per game, is Alicia Scabreras, playing 20 games for Altona. She is absolutely dominant. She's found herself on the starting five a number of times across this season. 9 rebounds, doesn't turn the ball over overly much, can distribute as well. She's been dominant throughout this season. No doubt she's going to poll several coaches' votes every week.
Yeah, and it helps that they've been winning games too. When you're the best player on a team which has won a lot, it's generally a good indication that you're going to get a fair few 3 votes along the trip. And you can say the same about Miranda Gartner from Kilsyth. She's had a really good year, 16.5 points a game. Just under 5 rebounds a game. She's a bit of a veteran at this division, and she's just getting better and better.
Absolutely. Liana Kinkella, another one from Waverley, a team who's gotten quite a few wins. I believe they're in the finals race still. 16 points per game, 14 rebounds. So averaging a double-double for the season, playing 17 games. She would definitely be up there because she's beating starting fives constantly. She's been in some massive wins and some upset games. Her brother was dominant when he played VYC men. Shout out to Kinkella. But no, younger sister, completely dominant in her 32 minutes average. She is one to look at for sure.
Yeah, 100%. And then you've got Alicia Kadee from Diamond Valley. She's a pretty good shooter, shooting at 36% from the three-point line and certainly not shy about getting that up. And averaging 16.5 points per game to go with 4 rebounds. So a real offensive threat for the Eagles, and certainly one which will be polling votes throughout the year.
Yeah, 100%. One for me, I believe, is an interesting one is Casey's Cara Webb. Now, she played in a Nationals campaign earlier in the year, and she did a fantastic job. So she's just played the 15 games. So if she had played a little bit more, maybe all 22, but even with her 15 games as current 16 points per game, she's rebounds the ball and average of 9 times per game. She can shoot the ball. She can get on the ring. She's crafty for someone her size. She's very long and lengthy. She can guard multiple positions. I think she's a dominant player in this league, and she had an awesome weekend in round 15.
Yeah, for sure. And then I looked at a couple of Frankston girls, and I just wonder if they'd played more games. If I believe they were both over at college,
yes,
so if they had played a few more games, they both played 9. I'm speaking about Cassie Bora and Eliana Bravington, who have been exceptional for the Blues and a really important part of why they've turned their season around, Ted.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they did a fantastic job in Youth League 1 before they went to college, and they led those girls to a championship. So congratulations to them in 2022. But yes, two very, very influential players in this Frankston year. They struggled heavily at the start of the year, but when these two came back, they made a huge switch. Cogs started turning. The motivation and the energy just continued to lift and lift and lift. These two motivational key pieces in this Frankston team. And you say it's curious. I find it curious as well because, they both have excellent games. So who are you going to vote for as a coach?
That's a good point. They're probably sharing the votes and they haven't played enough games. So it's probably a long shot for them to be MVP, but perhaps they could sneak into that All-Star 5 when it comes to captains and the coaches' votes.
Absolutely. Ringwood Steph and Georgiantis is probably another one to keep an eye on. Doesn't score the ball an awful lot, 14 points per game to go with her 5 rebounds. She gets a few blocks, a few steals here and then. She can assist. But, she polls a lot of votes.
Well, yeah, she's somebody who she seems to pop up and have some really big games here and there. She can also have her quiet ones, but I think she's one to just keep an eye on as a bit of an outside roughie, Ted.
Absolutely. Look, that'll be all for us today. A short preview into some MVP candidates. Hopefully, we'll see some of these very, very soon. Catch you later.